Afro Abstract and Affirmations coloring book. Here's a look in the inside. Each page is an individual page with nothing behind it. So the only thing you have to do is put a piece of paper in between just in case of bleed-throughs. But other than that, beautiful, beautiful illustrations. I kept all the shading in. I have some yantras inside of it. I have some Adikra symbols inside of it. My favorite Ankh and the Sri yantras. Now let's go to the first image. The first image is a young lady sitting in a meditation pose, holding two rods in her hands, and one is resourcefulness and the other one says endurance. Now, as I color her in, I'm going to explain the symbol that's behind her, which is an African Aya symbol, and it's the symbol that's called the Aya fern. The Aya fern symbol is an African Adrinka symbol that represents endurance, resourcefulness, and the ability to thrive in difficult conditions. It signifies the ability to flourish and thrive even in adverse conditions, just as a fern can grow in unusual places with minimal resources. And I tend to see myself as such a fern. I've been able to thrive in adverse conditions many times in my life. So right now I'm coloring in her skin using several tones of brown. Now mind you guys, this is like the first time I'm really doing a full color in with colored pencils, because I normally color in with alcohol markers. But seeing that this is a actual book and the pages aren't cardstock, I decided to want to show you guys how you can achieve the same beautiful, beautiful colors, vibrant colors with color pencils. I'm a little heavy-handed, so I was almost afraid that I may rip them, but nonetheless, with colored pencils, it requires a lot of layering. I like to do a lot of layering. So the way I did these pieces though, I created each page just like I would create one of my pieces of artwork. As a matter of fact, I have no issues with displaying any of photos, any of the pictures of pieces of art that's in this coloring book on my wall. One day I'll go ahead and put them all up and put them on as a wall display. I mean, like, each piece could potentially be a piece of art that you would hang up and that you would look at. Now, as I color in her skin, I'm using several shades of brown. A lot of her normal coloring shades of her skin I kept in. So basically the coloring book is all shades of black, white, and gray shades. And I did that so that the experience would be more of coloring in and using vibrant colors as opposed of trying to put in shades for her skin. I already added the shades of her skin tones so that all you have to do is use one or two colors of your favorite coloring pencils or crayons to color her skin tone. And so I usually normally use a little bit of two different brown bases to create the darker tones. Now, with the clothing items that in the coloring book, the clothes I have patterns on the clothes. So on her clothes, she has a Gayaname, and the Gayaname is a symbol for supremacy of God. And so I have it on her shirt, and then I have it nothing, no one but God. And I have it on her hat, her headgear, and I have it on her shirt, and I have it on her see-through. It's like a see-through net dress. And I created it so that you can just use one or two colors to make a shaded look without having to put in too much detail. Now you can add extra details, and I'll probably do another one of her where I can put a color in each individual symbol. But I wanted to show that you can go over everything, even the shades of black, because what you're doing right now is creating an illusion that she has on a knitted dress over her tights as she's sitting in the lotus pose. So you could just color in the whole thing over all of the symbols, and it's going to make it appear like fabric. And the same thing with the shirt and with the headgear. Yeah, I wanted to make it really, really easy. So with colored pencils, you start from light to dark. So you start off light, and I'm ordinarily a little heavy-handed with my coloring. So I started in with some lighter shades of lavender, and then as you can see now, I have darker shades of purple, and I'm doing it around the edges. It gives a little bit of contour. As you're coloring more and more, you will be able to figure out what you want to do and how you want to make it look. But the thing, I just want to make sure that it is easier for you guys, so you don't have to worry about too much details. You just want to have the experience of coloring this beautiful piece of art, and so that you can get this message and you can hang it up somewhere and be able to admire it. So now that it looks like I pulled out the green and I'm sharpening it because I'm getting ready to color in the Aya symbol, the Aya fern, and of course I'm going to make that green. And green is such a beautiful color. Green is a healing color. When you look at the color green, automatically, that's why people go out to nature, and like right now I live amongst the woods and trees, and it's giving me so much oxygen and air, and so much just relaxation, and it heals. Looking at the color green, being around the color green, meditating with the color green, visualizing the color green during your meditations. The heart chakra symbolizes the green color of green. If you want to heal yourself, you can just even visualize the color green in your heart center and visualize the green color glow, moving all over your body, moving all over your head and all over your body, on your arms, and just try to keep that imaginary image in there, and it'll heal you. It's a very, very healing color. The color of nature. So I put an underlayer of light green because color pencils have they have the space, the white space in between because of the white paper. It looks like I made a mistake right there, so I had to use a smudger. Did a little prayer that it'll fix that, and now I'm going back over with a darker green around the edges to give it some fullness and some depth. That's what you do when you add two colors. With color pencils, you have to add two different colors. And two different layers. Now I'm doing the outside. I'm just doing a light shade beige of the wallpaper in the back. I didn't want to do anything bold. All you have to do is go over it lightly. Now I'm going in with a darker shade for her clothes. I know while recording, like a piece of this was like, it looks like a piece of it was missing, the orange, when I put the orange on, and I didn't know that the camera stopped recording. Oops. So I had 30 minutes of coloring in. I missed because the camera stopped recording. So here we are. I had the gold finished off behind her. That's color that orange. I'm going in with extra the gel pencils now, so I look like I added an extra layer to the fern to give it some depth. I colored in resourcefulness and endurance. It looks like now I'm coloring in the shirt. So you can add color, you can do overlays. The good thing about color pencils is overlaying colors. You can do that easily. You can't do that with markers too much. You can, but it'll bleed too much. Now, it looks like I'm going a little bit details. You can take a really thin black marker, go back over some lines. You can do that with coloring images. And now I am doing the edges. It looks like I'm gonna go attempt to do the edges with color pencils. I probably should have did the border edges right there in a black marker, because it doesn't give the color pencils. The black color pencil didn't give a crispness like I thought. I think I went over it with a black and a blue, just a little bit more. But like, all in all, I think it looks great. It looks great for color pencils. Normally I use color pencils and markers, but for this purpose only, I want to do color pencils because a lot of people use color pencils or crayons. Now I have offers of cardstock images of these pieces of art, coloring pages. The cardstock images is not sold on Amazon, it's sold on my website, so you have to go on www.basicallyivory.com. Well, I'm almost finished and it looks gorgeous. For the cardstock images, you will have to go online onto my website, and for the coloring book, it's available on Amazon. But look at her, she looks absolutely gorgeous. That's a chocolate woman sitting in front of the Aya Fern Adinkra symbol with resourcefulness and endurance in her hands. She's a woman that can take and handle a lot of stuff that's come her way. And this is how she makes it, and this is how she's going to make it. She's a woman. She's a strong woman. Women are strong beings. We have the endurance and we have the resourcefulness like unlike anything else. So, feel good about yourself, color in the pages, and just enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey of self-healing and self-love. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Carmen Marshall Jr. Bye-bye.